Yo, man, welcome back to another episode of Moguls in the Making, man. I'm your host, Omari Heflin.
And I'm your host, Tyrone Johnson. Welcome back to the podcast.
And I thought you was going to say something crazy this week.
Nah, I'm chilling out this week, man. I'm all about business this week,
Well,
man.
look,
We
man,
got
I'm
got
your gracious, most elaborate, most.
He's trying to steal my stuff.
I got second in the running behind that Michael B. Jordan Sexiest Man Alive trophy.
Big cap.
But not. Anyway, man, this episode, what is this, episode 11?
I think, yep, episode 11, man.
11, man. We got a super special guest, man, that definitely I think I'm going to learn a lot, man, especially as y'all know, we in the real estate space. That is our, bread and butter. That's our baby. So we're going to get to kind of dive into that a lot today. But T, man, what you thinking about as far as the business spotlight and stuff like that over this last week? What's going on?
Man, just to kind of catch y'all up about what we got going on, we listing a bunch of properties right now. We liquidating so that we can make some bigger moves, to be honest, and get rid of some problems. So I know that's something that it don't feel good because, some of these properties we like, man, we got them. We remember when we first got the deal and we kind of a little bit attached to them a little bit. But right now, we like, hey, we got to liquidate out of these, especially the ones that's like, they only causing problems. You know what I'm saying? So we want to make sure we stay cash flow positive. So right now, that's a big thing is like not just the listing of them, right? Like that's what people think like, oh, once you list them now, the realtor takes it from there and then you just sit back. And that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we had to actually like kind of split out roles right now. Like I'm damn near taking care of most of that right now with the construction of all of that stuff. Where anything that come back on an inspection, hey, we got to get out, we got to do this, or we don't got to do this, or we got to decide if we want to credit them at closing. It's a lot that come with that when you listing like, I think we got like 8 properties listed right now or something like that. So like, it's definitely a lot of stuff that comes with that in between that you don't think about when you list in a property. When you list in 1, 2, 3 flips at a time. It's not, and those are brand new flips that you fixed up, instead of rental properties. It's not a lot that should be coming back on an inspection. There's going to be stuff that come back, but it shouldn't be as much, that's coming back on like rental properties, and stuff like that. So that's kind of where we are right now as far as that goes. And on the acquisition side, I know, you back over there and really going through that and getting that script down packed.
Hey, Ryan, we're going to talk about that too, man, kind of just dive into it a little bit, but also with the acquisitions, man, another way, man, for y'all to, continuously always make sure that y'all have money coming in, because whether it's, you invest a lot into your business and your houses, whatever you got going on, maybe it's a month that's just a bad month for you. I know, Ronnie, we're going to hop in this too, but another thing that you can do or just always make sure that you got in the back of your mind is being able to service your investors, the people who's actually buying deals and stuff like that from you. Because sometimes they like, man, if you can find me this, I'm buying it.
I'm ready to go.
So sometimes that's not deal that'll come from your marketing, your list.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's partnering up with somebody else who got that deal. Mm-hmm. They can make money and you can make money too. So we got a couple people that's, more out of state that's looking for specific things that, we on the grind to be able to find and make sure that they get into solid, investments and stuff like that too. So
because it's all about the relationships when it comes to that shit. Like a lot of people don't understand that. Like this guy want to buy from us because he trusts us. Like it's not, he don't know anybody else in the Indianapolis market. You know what I'm saying? Like he's done deals with us. He's invested funds with us here. But he also exact private money. And so like it's really about building that relationship with him because he's starting to open up to more of like what he's really after. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the investors that I'm talking about is like, oh, so he wants this to go further than just these couple deals, but he's really kind of looking at, okay, let me see if they can really find these deals for me that they say they can find, which is like, okay, now it's time for us to prove ourselves a little bit, but it's about getting him good deals that's going to cash flow and it's going to do exactly what he's looking for it to do. Because after that, the sky's the limit. So it's all about building those relationships with people too. So in the future, they can trust you when you got bigger stuff that, hey, they may be able to invest in. You might be able to partner on them with or whatever it may be. But without further ado, man. Go ahead, because I'm going to let you introduce
man, my guy, Ronnie Reese, he really don't need an introduction.
What up?
Man, Ronnie's part of the biggest wholesaling company here in Indianapolis. You guys are in other markets. done hundreds of deals. You are the face of Indianapolis, really, when it comes to wholesaling real estate.
Hear him out now.
Really, you know what I'm saying? So, man, make sure that y'all grab a pen, paper, if you're really interested in wholesaling and just real estate specific. We're going to kind of go a lot of different ways today.
Kind of a crazy story, too, about how, like, me and Omari and him connect through the company that he's with.
Yep.
It's kind of crazy, man. It all kind of starts out the same.
Yeah, man. So, man, they've been with it from the start.
Beginning.
From the beginning, man.
I was
Literally.
talking with Brett about that this morning.
Right.
Word, okay.
Yeah, so like, what's up, y'all? I'm happy to be here. Happy to have, just to give my little my little 2 pennies. You know what I'm saying? Worth of something, and hopefully I can catch one of y'all and inspire y'all to get out here and do this real estate thing, because it changed my life 5 years ago. And I know if you listen to what's happening here, it can change yours too. So that's why I'm here. That's why.
Absolutely. Well, man.
Well, Ronnie, real quick, man, I want you to even, because I know you gave that introduction, but like, who are you? Tell the people who you are, like what you do. Obviously, I gave you kind of introduction, but how do you introduce yourself, you know? I'm
just a nobody trying to tell everybody about this real estate thing. No, who I am, I'm just a regular dude, y'all. Like, I'm so serious. I'm just a regular person. I got into the wholesale game trying to figure out, okay, wait, I'm on food stamps. I got 2 kids. I'm moving to Indianapolis. I'm working in a regular 9 to 5. I'm making $36,000 a year. At the time, that was the most I'd ever made. Mm-hmm. And I was like, but wait, something got to break. Or else I'm going to stay on this hamster wheel for the rest of my life. And I found myself getting frustrated with the context of my life. And I was like, I don't know what else to do. And so I called, I was talking to my mom and I was talking to my friend, and he was like, yo, like, try wholesale real estate. Get into a room with people that are doing it. Download the Meetup app and go do that. And so that's what I did. I went one night to a meetup and I was like, wait, you can do what?
Who was that person that gave you that information?
And was it here? Was it in NAP?
His name is David Roberts.
Shout out David Roberts.
Shout out David Roberts. He lives in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay.
I'm a church dude, by the way.
Right.
So I can never figure out, what does he do? Like, he always got on nice suits. He got a bunch of kids, and he don't seem that stressed outwardly. Like, what do you do?
Exactly.
And I didn't know for 25 years what he did.
Oh, wow.
And so it wasn't until I asked him, like, what do you do? He was like, wholesale real estate. And so do that. And so then that's when I got to the meetup. I got into the same room that you guys were just now figuring out who Brett was. I got to that room. I got to that meetup, and I did the thing you're not supposed to do. Go up to the person that's talking and say, oh, my God, help me change my life. And so, I was that one that was like just super hungry, and you know what I'm saying? And so, fast forward, like a week later, Brett was like, hey, I need some help. And he sent out an email, and he was like, yo, do you want to make some calls for me? And so I talked to my wife, and, she was like, you know what? We already know what this hamster wheel is. We already know, like, what's going on. Like, let's just try it. Like, let's just see what happens. And so it was with that I was like, you know what? We're going to try it. And then in trying it, that turned into a lot. I went from, like the Section 8 government incentive assisted housing. And again, no shade to that. If you need that, that's the context of your life.
Hey, I was on that too.
That's okay.
Exactly.
That's okay. Tanner, do it all. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do.
Milk.
You got to. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. But you really supposed to be using it as, you know what I'm saying, something to push you out of that. A stepping stone. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that when you get on it, you should be like, all right, now I can sit back and just let them take care of me.
Right.
It's that's how you get in a generational situation where now everybody in your family that's what they do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of trying to push forward and build generational wealth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I was at. I said, I want to break through. I want to just try it. You know what I'm saying? And so then being able to do that, fast forward 5 years later, I've been able to, be Peter McAllister. And y'all like, who's Peter McAllister? That's Macaulay Culkin's dad on Home Alone.
Right.
Like, what does he do for a living? I got a chance to take my entire family to Disney World. I was able to build a house from the ground up, and I was able to put a little space between me and zero. I'll say that. And get a couple of rental properties as well. You know what I'm saying?
That's 100.
But all of that is through the vehicle of wholesale real estate. So who I am, I'm just somebody who is willing to help and tell you exactly what to do so that you can also have similar victories in your life.
That's kind of what I want to dig into a little bit, just to start out. Like, to be honest, is like, you're not from here. You're not from Indianapolis. Where you from again?
everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Pick a state. You know
Where
what I'm
you
saying?
was born at? How long did you live there? Where'd you go to middle school, high school,
All of
elementary
that-
school?
Yeah, all of that is different. So born in Pennsylvania, lived in Florida, all of my roots in Huntsville, Alabama, lived in Charlotte, North Carolina, went to a boarding school in Pennsylvania,
Sheesh.
Scotland School for Veterans Children. You know I'm always shout y'all out. And then went to Philadelphia to Arcadia University. Since we talking real, right? Met this lady, got married, moved to Muncie, Indiana from Charlotte, North Carolina. Messed around, got divorced, got remarried, had more kids, and now it was like, okay, now let's be here. So
Right.
I'm remarried, happy, 6 kids, doing real estate, trying to make this thing work.
That's what's up. Tell me how
That's
that shaped
crazy.
you though. Like all of that moving around. Like for one, why were you moving around? So much. And then for two, like how did that shape you? How did that kind of change? You know what I'm saying? Your mindset around life.
So moving around, one of the things I think about, moving around helped me a lot when it comes to being able to adapt to different situations, people, and what their context of their life is, and being able to be neutral no matter what is happening.
Right.
My dad was great with people. I got a chance to watch him fuss at us, and then as soon as that door opened, he turned it on to somebody else, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, where did this nice man come from? He just fussing at me, fussing at us about stuff we were doing. But he was great with people. He was, in the church, and he was, making choirs and different things like that. So I got a chance to watch him be like a great salesman, you know what I'm saying? A great teacher and different things like that. And so, but us moving around allowed me to see different contexts, what's going on in Florida, how people react and interact in Alabama. I also got to see different people in different classes and what they looked like and what they expectation and just all different things. So
was church a part of that too? Because I know how big you are into your religion, and you're not the type of person that's like, I feel like some people kind of like they kind of hide it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why though?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he really puts it out there, let you know, hey, I'm taking the fam to church. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. This is my religion. This is how we get down. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that a part of your roots and like changing city to city, just being able to go to different church and stuff like that?
Hands down, all of those things have definitely helped.
For sure.
Able to do that, because like I said, seeing my dad in church, my whole family is full of bishops and deacons and prophetesses and everything else, like evangelists and everything like that. And so I know that, and that church culture has helped me because it also helped me gain empathy for other people in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Because whether I'm praying for people on the altar or whatever, just like that, I'm still being able to identify pain, identify what's going on, and still be able to provide them a solution, a word of encouragement, prayer, something like that. You know what I'm saying? And so
absolutely.
like, and I was able to take those same type of skill sets and then
add it to this,
and then added to this, because and when I mean added to this, added it to the acquisition side and working and dealing with people.
Right.
My background, professionally, when I was in Muncie and things like that, I was a social worker. So that I was doing. So I was working with,
You was already working with people that got a lot of stuff
I
going
was
on.
already working with people. So whether that was through church or whether that was, and then even I was working at the insurance agency. What was I doing? I was taking calls of people that was just in a car accident, or people that were having issues with Hurricane Harvey. You know what I'm saying? So I've always used to dealing with people and their problems and different things like that. So I was able to take those same skills and say, hey, how can I help? And I didn't have to lie being myself.
So let me ask you this, because I know you're a junior, right?
I am.
Yeah. So you're a junior, right? So Ronnie, was it kind of like, are you kind of like who your dad was when you was growing up, or are y'all personalities like completely different?
I would say,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me and my dad, we actually have a lot of similarities, and there are times when I call a couple of my aunts, and they be like, "Hold on, wait a minute," because my dad is passed. And so they were like, hold on, wait a minute, I need a minute, because you sound so much like
right.
And they like, I see so much of your dad in you. And so like my wife, she didn't get an opportunity to kind of see my dad. But every time I get around my cousins and stuff, like, man, you just like your daddy.
Dang.
So shout out to Big Ronnie James Reese.
Yeah, Big
Shout out Big Ronnie, man.
Shout out Big Ronnie.
Rest in heaven, most definitely.
Sure.
That's dope. Okay, cool. Well, Ronnie, kind of segue into just kind of where you guys are at, like right now. We're going to kind of just, bounce all over, sway into it, man. But as far as like the deals that you guys do, and this is just for context for the people that are listening,
correct,
things like that, who may not already be in real estate, doing whatever other businesses, give them the stuff that they want to hear. You know what I'm saying? How many deals do you guys do on a monthly basis, yearly basis? How much revenue was that? Things like that. You know what I'm saying? How many markets are you guys in?
Yeah. So before we get into that, let's say pivot, right? That's the key word today, pivot.
Okay.
So, in my first 4.5 years in this, I mean, we were doing a lot of deals. And like we were, trying to do a neighborhood of, I'll say north of 250 deals a year.
Okay.
That is all wholesale. That is all cash buying, taking them down, putting then relisting them. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of volume, a lot of transactions.
So you guys doing 20 to 30 deals a month.
I went back and looked through an email, and one of the emails was like, hey, the goal is 30 deals a month. And you have to think, well, it's a big operation. It's a lot of marketing. It's a lot of networking. It's a lot going on. When it comes to like volume sales, we're talking, north of $4 or $5 million.
Right.
A year as far as like just sales. I mean, and we got to a point we were actually going over 10, in sales.
10 million a year.
Let me hold something, Ronnie, man.
10 million
That's
a
a
year.
lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? As far as just like, sales and things like that. But, you guys have kind of alluded to it at the beginning, Tyrone. You mentioned like, hey, when you got inventory, you kind of got to pivot. You're trying to get rid of some bad things and things like that. Round about June 12th of last year, that's kind of what, a lot of people are saying. Things got really weird.
It did.
And so then we started looking at, hey, what are we doing? How much are we doing? Do we still need to keep this train going? Do we need to ratchet up, ratchet down? Do we need to pivot? Do we need to flip by how we do? And so now we have done a complete 180.
Okay.
As far as what we are trying to do, because there are some things that, hey, in the rush of everything and buyers going crazy, we bought some stuff like, oh wait, probably shouldn't about that. Took some risk. Probably shouldn't took that risk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so now we're having to get creative with some of the things that we have to offload. And this quarter, we're calling it clear the muck. We're just trying to clear out, some of the things that we shouldn't have bought. Looking at some of the deals that we did, like. So that's where we're at now.
Ronnie, can we get a list of that stuff?
A list of that stuff.
Yeah.
You can definitely
Let's work together, because we might have some buyers who's interested interested in some duplexes, triplexes, even
Flips.
single family stuff, and just whatever y'all got to kind of build that. Luckily for me, y'all gonna see this late, and I'm already had a list. But nah. But in all seriousness, though, man, that's what it's about too, though. Like, this is a regular conversation, and people that y'all know, even the people who own the market, still got stuff that is, a thorn in their side that they may not want to deal with, or that they may not just have a buyer for. Right? It might just be a specific. You might want to buy it. Right. It might be something that me and T like, man, absolutely. We got a guy who stay right here in this area, been looking for it. Not a typical buyer, but it works and it fits the mold. So,
and that's one of the most clutch things about this this business is, and learning this, right, is being able to work with other people, that collaboration over competition type of mindset, because that's how we got into the business. So kind of like to clear up what we was talking about earlier, right? And why, this story kind of starts all the same, right? Is my first deal that I did in this business is I heard Brett Snodgrass, which is the owner of Simple Wholesaling. I heard him on a podcast as I was learning wholesale real estate, and I reached out to him because once I told my mama, hey, can you drive around and look for properties for me? We found one, right? He hit me back. We started talking a little bit about basketball. He talking about God. I'm like, all right, I trust this man. So then, next thing you know, we do a deal. We make like 13.5 or something like that on it. We split the profits, and he's like basically teaching me as I'm getting paid and finding properties. Right. You know what I'm saying? And taking stuff down. Then eventually, I was able to start doing stuff myself. Yep. But then what happens? We trickle back around. We start doing deals again. Right after that, it's like some deals that I can't sell. Hey, you might have buyers that might be able to sell them. So I really, seriously, y'all gotta stop trying to do everything yourself. Like, definitely collab with other folks in your market. It's gonna help you out in the long run. It's gonna be bigger plays that y'all gonna be able to make together. Y'all gonna already have that trust built, stuff like that. But definitely don't look at it as too much as competition. Look at it as collaboration over competition for sure. Because we did a lot with this company, and still are today. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, and it's even just kind of full circle with how some stuff happens. It's like, they're CEO was like our business coach.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I did my first deal with them as well too, randomly. Like I didn't even know Brad or the owner. I seen y'all like on the email list from Syria. And I'm like, oh, my brother want to buy this deal. Can I get it for like a couple thousand lower? Y'all like, yeah, absolutely. I'm like, looking back, I should have been like, man, can you give it to me for like about 10 less, 15 less? What can you do?
You might not have got the deal though. And then
I might not have.
You'd be like, man, this don't work.
right, exactly.
It's
Doing
crazy
something
how
like that.
how it worked out. You
Yeah,
know what
but
I'm
nah,
saying?
man, they definitely have been a blessing to us, to our business. They like y'all not like a sister company to it, but they are a bigger, you know what I'm saying, company who we go to for support. I remember, Ronnie, we was on a phone call last year around that time, June, something. We like, Ronnie, what's going on? I mean, we got a post, but we've been buying so much stuff.
Yeah.
Ronnie got a post. He know what's going on.
Exactly.
Who's buying what, where they buying, who did this. You probably ride up and down the street on any side of town. Like, yep, we sold that.
Exactly.
Oh, they flipping that when they just got done. Somebody just moved in out. You know what I'm saying? You probably can do that all day long. So
Yeah, that is kind of weird. Like I'm driving a couple neighborhoods. I'm like, oh wait. I went to a neighborhood today and I was like, I done bought 2 on the street and just completely forgot. You know what I'm saying? Done a lot of deals, man. But I mean, we say that humbly. You know what I'm saying? Because as active as you can be and as many deals as you do, I mean, you know, like you could also be like one deal away from like messing everything up.
yeah,
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? I mean, because like one time we took a big chance on like $1 million property. Like who wholesales $1 million property? And that
where was it at, guys? Tell us about that.
Nah,
break the story down.
it was in Carmel.
Okay.
It was in Carmel, and we kept looking. We was like, we think it makes sense. The numbers make sense. You know, so the
Right.
motivation makes sense. The connection with the seller makes sense. But I mean,
Finding that buyer.
The
was-
buyer.
finding that buyer, you know what I'm saying? In that type of market, we was like, are we crazy?
Mm-hmm.
And we figured out after a while, like, wait, we probably shouldn't have did this deal. But the way that we were able to get out of it, we did like a house swap with someone else. You know what I'm saying? So the house swap worked out. And we
Hold on, Ronnie. You got to break that down real quick. You just went over there. That's super
and just
creative.
to be clear about just so like the viewers know and like the people that's interested in getting into real estate, because like they don't do assignments really.
No.
So like basically an assignment is, hey, you're assigning this paperwork that you got under contract with the seller to a buyer right here, right? You don't close on this property. Y'all close on the same day. You get your money on closing day. The way that they do it is they actually take the property down. So they actually take this contract that they getting with this seller, they buy it, they close on it, and then they list it and put it out to their buyers list.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of as soon as they getting it under contract, they shooting it out to their buyers list, and they got a certain amount of time that they got to find a buyer super duper quick before the closing date pops up. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. So that means that they took down this $1 million property. They bought it. They didn't just put it under contract. So that's why I'm like, what? Damn, like word. You know what I'm saying? Because it's different when that money goes and gets. You know what I'm saying? You put it on the floor, and it's up now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
It's all the way up. But yeah, no, I mean the way that worked, we had for that type of property, we had to get a line of credit for that one. And you know the holding cost on just something that expensive, like you know what hard money loans, look like. But when you're in the $1 million range, it was costing us
different.
Like a couple thousand a
different.
day. Just holding that bad boy. But you know, but the way it worked out is that we went and looked at another property. The seller called in from a different marketing, and we were looking at the property and was like, well, like, what are you doing? It's like, well, we're looking for a property. We want to sell this one to get to another property. We was like, well, what about this one? And they went and they took a look at it. They walked it, and they was like, well, we do kind of like it. Oh, do you guys want to buy it?
Right.
Well, we do want to buy it. So then we talked with the seller, and then figured out, you know, what price would work for them. So they used their house. You know, the purchase of their house is a down payment, and so we kind of just did a switch with that. You know what I'm saying? So we got their house, and so then now after they got the new house, they got it fixed up. Now we got their house, and we were able to sell that house a lot easier.
Did you get that one at a crazy discount though? They house that y'all swapped up with?
No, not a good discount, but
Okay.
what bailed us out was the market.
Wow.
Yeah, because hey, just so y'all know, over these last couple years, boy, that market would have bailed you out of everything. You could have really messed up,
You could have really messed up. But
and the market bail you and it bail you out. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like, yeah, you definitely got to get more tight, more conservative. You know, these upcoming years here, because I don't see interest rates going back down to 2-3% for a long time. It's going to be something that has to happen, like a COVID or some weird, you know what I'm saying, that happens that'll take those interest rates back down. So most definitely be more conservative. Understand what you're getting yourself into, because that market just might not save you right now.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
I would say that too for people that are starting out. Like, work a niche. That was the one thing that we got away from, and we looked. We was like, we were trying to just do too much.
Riches are in the niches.
Yeah, riches are like the riches are in the niches. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so like right now, like we're going back and we're tracing our history, and tracing our history, we're finding out that where we get the most success, it ain't necessarily the cookie cutters. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like swing off to the hedge funds, but it's the stuff that's under $100,000, stuff that is rental grade, like those type of rental properties and stuff. You can do that stuff all day.
Right.
We make $30,000-$40,000. Like I'm looking, like we about to make a nice spread on a $70,000 property.
What do you feel gets companies away? Like not even just y'all, but like, cause we do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like we was killing it in wholesaling. We was doing what we was supposed to do. And we're like, we just gonna cut that completely off and just do and start to buy just 100 rentals now.
Yeah.
That was our goal. You know what I'm saying? To get 100. So it was just like, damn. Now we like 30 in 1 year, and we like, man, why did we cut that off? Because that was bringing in our everyday money. You know what I'm saying? That was so solid. What do you feel, bro, that really gets companies doing that? Like where they like, all right, let's jump into this and let's not keep doing the shit that's got us here. What you feel like really got y'all there too?
I think it's two things. One, familiarity and boredom.
That's a real
very
thing.
true.
You know what I'm saying? Like
For
I know
real.
this, you know what I'm saying? I kind of, and then also too, kind of, testing your boundaries with shiny object syndrome.
Yeah.
'Cause maybe you are in a networking group and you're seeing, I seen Odom doing this. Or, you know what I'm saying, Jerry, I'm doing this. Me over here doing this, man. You ever heard what they doing? Because you're bored.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But,
Yeah.
like, you forget, like, hey, man, that boredom got me some stats.
On everything.
Because you were able to put a system around it. You know what I'm saying? Like, after you put a system around it, you kind of just, move on. You know what I'm saying? And that can happen. But, I think you really have to respect what got you there. And respect this and put a system around that, and you'll be able to work out. You know what I'm saying? But like that's what happens. People get bored, they get familiar, they want a new challenge, they want to do something else. And there's nothing wrong with pushing yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like I want you to do that. But like just make sure that when you're doing that and you get ready to go into something else, like make sure your systems are in place and you have people that are there that are still inspired to still run that thing.
Right.
And to do it. Not 100% how you do it, but 80%. You know what I'm saying? If they can do 80%, then you can still kind of come in and go out and kind of just check stuff up. So that's what I would say is people just get bored.
For sure.
Oh, Ronnie, tell me about like a day-to-day. Like what does it look like when you come in? What are you doing now? Because I know you obviously reach out with wholesalers.
Yeah.
And help them out, kind of coach them through kind of what Teron was talking about, what Brett did with him, and help them, and they able to kind of give you deals because maybe they don't have, I know they don't have the network that y'all have.
Exactly.
Maybe. They don't.
Right.
So being able to work that and making it easy and just kind of working with them. But I also know that it's been times where you are on the phone and stuff like that too. But
I love it.
What is it? What is it today? Kind of what's your process now? What does a day-to-day look like for you?
Let's talk about today.
Okay.
Because today, today was I was talking with Brett today. He was like, "You did all this before 9:15?" I said, "Before 9:15." All this happened. So, a normal, typical day for me is, and again, I'm doing this full time, guys. So, I'm waking up in the morning. The first thing I'm doing is I'm checking my CRM to see did something come in that I missed.
Right.
And then I'm also checking my email. Because there are different wholesalers and stuff that have their automatic email chain come out at like 6:30. You know what I'm saying? So I'm checking to see, hey, is there anything in here that I need to shake or check up on?
Right.
But then from that, I am talking with my lead managers to see, hey, what do you got? What are your plans for today? What are you guys looking into? Is there anyone on your contact list? Because that's the other thing is that I'm setting out my agenda. What are the 3 or 4 people that I need to talk to today?
Right.
Because one of the things that happens with wholesaling is like, you'll make your offer and stuff and then you'll kind of just go on. But when I'm calling sellers back, I'm like, hey, I'm calling to close the loop. What 4 people can I talk to today that I could close the loop on? I don't necessarily have a yes. I don't want a yes. Tell me no so I can know where else to spend my time. You know what I'm saying? So after I've identified those 4 people, then I'm looking at my schedule to make sure there aren't any other walkthroughs that have been set up for me, and then checking for any meetings. But in the middle of that, I'm calling and I'm talking to sellers because I love that.
Right.
Like, I love my wholesalers. Don't get me wrong. But there is nothing like, because of my background, like we can talk about, I'm a social worker. I like being in church.
Yeah.
I love solving problems. That's what I like. You know what I'm saying? I'm addicted to being able to help people do that, to get those solutions and stuff. So I'm looking for 4 people that I can help solve a problem for. So I'm talking, I'm calling, I'm texting. And in between of that, my Twitter name is Peloton Ron. I like getting on the Peloton because when you're making those calls and stuff like that, it can get exhausting. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But like, and you can wear down on you. But I'll take a minute, 20 minutes, whatever it is, jump on the Peloton, let Alex cuss me out real good. You know what I'm saying? To some trap music while I'm on the bike. And then I get back. You know what I'm saying?
You talking about Alex, the guy that be doing the training right
Yeah,
there?
Alex was like, get yours by the third. All right.
I've been on one of them.
Gotcha. Because you gotta coach, you know what I'm saying? Because like being in real estate, like you gotta have and you mentioned this on Facebook, like your health is really important. You know what I'm saying? And so like being in this real estate game, this wasn't even playing. But being in this real estate game, as good as things were going, I started noticing like my weight started going up.
Mm-hmm.
I started getting these random headaches and stuff like that because, I can afford the steak. I can afford this. I can do that. So I can indulge. And so in that overindulgence, you know what I'm saying? I went and I was like, man, I have headaches. I checked my blood pressure. I was like about to have a stroke.
Bro.
Like literally,
What?
like I was looking, the lady at CVS was like, I don't know if I need to send you to the ER or
Right.
not. And this was last October, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, but since then, you know what I'm saying? Like, as I'm going throughout my day, taking that time to be able to find ways to cope and get outlets and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to do that. Yeah. So, make your calls, do your thing, get your bread. But after you get your bread and you have your steak, take care of your health.
Man, let me shout out
physically and mentally.
Let me shout out I'm glad you say he said that, because let me shout him out on this, because this is one thing that he said last week or maybe even this week about health and wealth, right? Because like I'm the same way. Like I protect my gym time and all of that type of stuff, but I'll get to where we doing stuff. I'm like, dang, we done went out 3-4 times this week and like had drinks and cigars and met with people and stuff like that. And my health is just, it's taking a toll. You know what I'm saying? But like, what Omari said last week was, I'm stealing this from him. I'm gonna start saying this and just not saying that he said it too. But look, somebody did me like that on Facebook that last week though. But I ain't gonna say that. But no, look. But seriously, he said when you making your schedule, you got to treat that as your work schedule too. So right. like when you get up and do your workout or whatever you got to do, or you're praying in the morning, or put that in your schedule. Right. Like people don't actually put that stuff in their schedule, like a part of your day as your work day.
Right.
So if you like, that ain't really that important because I got this coming up at 9. If I get started early at 7:30, then still get your workout in. That's a part of your work day.
Yes.
Still get your prayer in. That's a part of your day.
Yes.
Whatever you're going to be doing in that day that you need to do, you know what I'm saying? Whether that's sit down, read a book for an hour, whether that's taking your mind off of the day to day. It actually helps you, bro. Like it helps you attain it if you put it in your schedule to do it.
Yep.
Yeah, and I could say, man, I've been on that, and man, I feel so good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like look. I'm gonna go to this real quick because I had posted this last night. And it said, that's what it says. It says everything feels way better when you're doing hard shit all day, every day. Mm-hmm. Kicking back with a girl, this is just a post, y'all. So, hey, kicking back with a girl and relaxing at night feels euphoric when you've pushed your mind and body to the limit of that day. Earn your dopamine. Do hard shit, otherwise you'll become numb to fun shit. Mm-hmm. I was like, damn, that's the whole, that sum up everything, you know what I'm saying, what T just said. So,
absolutely.
Like looking at that schedule, I was like, yo, why am I know I'm going to do business.
Yeah.
That's like I know I'm gonna do that. I'm already ambitious. I don't have to like focus on that so much or like protect that so much. Like this is my business. I know I gotta knock that out. I'm gonna do that anyway. I'm gonna feel weird. Like it feel weird to me if I'm like, hey T, I'm gonna take the day off. And it's not like something wrong or like, something for that. That has happened, maybe a handful of times,
Exactly.
5 years, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So just trusting and knowing myself, like I'm going to do that. But what about the rest of your life though? What about your family? What about your kids? What about in my case, my nieces? What about,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? The other miscellaneous stuff that you never get to, calling AT&T and having them fix your bill because they shot it up for no reason.
Man, there's so much
You know what
of
I'm
that
saying?
now.
Like all of that, the workouts, the, you know what I'm saying? Praying, all of that stuff, that's your full day. You know what I'm saying? That should be your whole schedule. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Every Tuesday, 7:30 on my calendar, it says Bible study with the family.
Right.
So like because I gotta put it in. If I don't, then it just helps run the machine. Because it being
System.
systems. You know what I'm saying? Even in this self-employment, because people's like, oh wait, I want to be financially free. But you forget financially free don't mean nothing about your schedule.
Exactly.
You might be financially free, but your schedule has to be regimented.
Boy.
Like it gotta be.
That's
Seriously. Seriously.
Yeah.
Now, one question that I got, kind of jumping back to the real estate side of stuff, man, is like you said, you love to help people solve problems, right? But a lot of times when you getting on the phone with people or you talking to people or sellers and stuff like that, they not just getting on the phone and just saying, "Hi, like I'm getting a divorce and I hate my husband and that's why the reason why I want to sell."
Take my house right now.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? So like, what's one of those things for the listeners, man, or even a couple things, that you feel like when you're talking to a seller, bro, you're able to bring those problems out without offending them. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't get to what the real motivation is 9 times out of 10, you're not going to know the real reason why they need to sell and how fast they really need to sell. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like what are those couple things that you feel like on the phone that like it might come natural to you,
Right.
but to people that's just getting started in the business and stuff like that, or that they having trouble on the phones right now, what's a couple of those things, man, that you feel like that can help reveal what their actual, problems are?
First thing, shut up. Yes. That's first thing. Shut up.
Listen.
Please shut up and listen. The Bible says, be slow to speak and be swift to hear. And so that's what I would definitely tell you to do, because a lot of people have that phone anxiety. And even though I like talking to people, I still get that anxiety every time because I'm not sure that I'm going to get rejected. But you have to be okay with that. So that was a lot of things. So number one, shut up and listen. But before that, be okay with the rejection. You got to be okay with it because it's going to happen. When and people are always trying to like figure out like, what are you doing? You're the fifth person that didn't talk to me today. You know what I'm saying? I went to a property right before this one. I met the seller. He was like, people call me all the time. You just happen to be the one that I decided to say, let me just listen and see what's going to happen.
Right.
So then, one of the things that I would also say too is just make sure that when the door opens up, that you just are able to simply explain to the seller what the process is going to be.
Y'all hear that?
Setting the expectations.
Yep. We're setting expectations. We're framing.
Okay.
You want to frame how this is going to go.
Yep.
So, hey, Mr. Seller, thank you for taking my call. I know this is kind of weird, but let me tell you how this is going to go. And then just let that happen. Okay. Once you kind of explain that, now I understand. Thank you for at least telling me how this process is going to go. Now just kind of tell me what questions. Okay. You want people to springboard. Okay. Always ask those springboard questions. Well, what's going on that you might be looking to sell?
Right.
And
Don't get on there and be. I got your phone number off a foreclosure list, so I know you got a foreclosure. Just want to know if you want to sell it because I understand you in foreclosure. Shut up. Let them tell you that.
Right.
He's right. Because people get on there and like you already kind of know a problem maybe, but it might be, all right, I'm in foreclosure, but also this, and this is happening. So I can't put it on the market. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever it may be. Most definitely shut up.
Yep. His name is Chris Voss. Name of the book is Never Split the Difference.
That's my stuff right there.
That's like the Bible, you know what I'm saying, for negotiation.
For real.
And one of the things that he talks about.
Hey man, go and get that. I swear we gonna get our stuff together. And we're going to have all these different links for y'all to get.
The affiliate links for that.
And I'm going to get paid. But right now, we can't get paid off Chris Voss. But go and get that book, man. Audible. I like Audible.
Me too.
You like Audible too, man?
I
We
like
played in
the
the
I
car.
like the actual
The actual book.
Yeah,
See, that's why T don't read.
I'll listen.
See, that's what I'm saying.
No, I read, man. I just actually read. But actually,
He don't read.
another thing you can do is get the digital book though. You don't have
Yeah.
to actually have a book. In front of you.
True.
Like if
You
I
get
just
the,
read
like,
it on
Kindle
my
version
iPad,
or
yeah, I
whatever.
just read it on my iPad. They got
Yeah.
a book app
Yeah.
on
Yep.
Apple, so
Yeah, you true.
just
Yeah,
get
no,
them on your
you
iPad.
definitely need that. But like one of the things he talked about is like obviously tactical empathy, but he also talks about how to be the curious lost puppy. You know, so when you're calling people, they don't know why you're calling, and you don't really know what's on the other end.
Mm-hmm.
And people have a tendency to want to help you if you're lost. So for instance, if I'm calling Omari, hey Omari, I was just kind of wondering, it might be the wrong thing, but do you happen to own the property on 1515 Main Street?
Sounds like you're lost.
Sounds like I'm lost. My voice
trying to-
inflection.
You're trying to, you know what I'm saying? Paint it. It's like, yeah, I own that
Yeah.
house. What's going on with it?
Yeah, I have questions. You know, if you have questions or you seem like you're not sure, there is an innate
Ooh.
response that just comes out where people want to be, they want to help you. They want to
Mhm.
answer. They want to
Mhm.
fill in the gap.
Exactly.
So, you know, if you're unsure because you should be unsure, you're scared. You don't know what you're doing. It's your third time making a call. So, like use that pivot, use that to your advantage. You don't know, you know, and that's okay to be honest. You're not lying, you know. So that's what I would say. Shut up and listen. Be unsure. Be okay with that, but also be able to explain your process and what the seller should expect.
To frame it.
Frame it.
So you don't get all the way down the line and then it's time to close. And they're like, whoa, wait a minute. I didn't know we were doing this today.
What inspection?
Exactly.
Right.
What is happening?
Yeah.
Who is this?
Then frame it.
What is the title for? I don't understand.
Right.
Yeah.
So Ronnie, look, so even, you know, people even, the natural progression is you start wholesaling, you get into rentals.
Yeah.
So I know you got rentals and stuff like that now.
And do
You are an investor. How is that journey going? When did you start kind of, you know, picking stuff up? How many you got? How is that kind of going for you now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I'm a late bloomer, and it took one of our business coaches to look at me and say, "Hey, dude, you got access to all this inventory. What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh,
If you don't pick something up,
you
man.
pick something up." So it started for me actually last year, and so then thinking about who and what I am, I was like, what I want to do, and so I grew up in this little. Well, I say I grew up. I became an adult for the first time in Muncie, Indiana. And so it's a little niche market. People say work your niches. It's a little niche market. It's off the beaten path. It's a secondary market. It's not Indianapolis. You're not going to get the appreciation and things like that. But you can
Right.
buy low. And for me, Section 8, because it don't matter who the president is. Don't matter what happened. The check gonna cash.
Mm-hmm.
Long as it's gonna cash. You know what I'm saying? So that helps with cash flow. You know what I'm saying? So I got a couple doors there, and I'm looking to add more, but I'm kind of just taking my time because we're actually doing self-managing. So my wife, that's one of the things we talk about. Her name is Alicia Drake, and she's like, Ronnie, you need to self-manage.
Mhm.
So she kind of preached that into us, and so my wife is kind of figuring all of that out. You know what I'm saying? As far as how to self-manage, so I don't want to overload her with responsibility
Right.
to different things like that. So we're kind of just playing it safe. But,
That's a way, man.
If I was
Wouldn't
gonna have
make that
any
go.
advice, I would say, yeah, do that.
Right.
I would definitely say take it slow.
Take it slow.
Like let it come to you, because y'all straight. Like y'all don't need 100 rental properties to live your life today. You know what I'm saying? But once y'all start to rev it up, and like when y'all feel it, then do it.
Yeah.
Don't just be like, hey, we trying to get 10 and that's our goal this year is to get 10. So we just going to get 10 and then we'll deal with everything once we got 10. I feel like that's where people go wrong. That's kind of even
That's
in
what
our
we did.
situation. That's kind of what we did. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, even with the self-management, like if you're going to self-manage, okay, that's fine. But after a certain amount, you probably going to want to put that in somebody else's hands. But you then know what they should be doing for you.
Correct.
That, you know what I'm saying? And we
Correct.
had no idea. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think that's a huge lesson that we learned, and that's something that y'all should take and write that down right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure. And then also too, like when it comes to like working those secondary markets and stuff, or any market, no matter where you're at, you got to understand what your systems are going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like who's doing the fix it, who's gonna do the repair it. You know what I'm saying? How they collect their rent. Trying to figure it out. Is it an app? Are you gonna give them bank account information? Like what's going on? Trying to figure all those different things out. You know, all of those things matter when it comes to trying to figure out the buy and hold game. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, are you gonna buy some stuff here in Indianapolis? Or Muncie kind of just your sweet spot, that's your thing, and you wanna
We've been
stay
kind of flirting with it, but I'm also kind of thinking about Birmingham, Alabama.
there? Oh yeah, 'cause that's where a lot of your
That's where a lot of my
background and
people-
your people at, huh?
That's
Yep.
actually not a bad market.
You know,
I want to say,
Keith there, ain't
yeah, Keith.
Yeah,
Yep.
Keith.
real estate.
Yep.
Hey, shout out real estate Diddy.
Shout
man.
out him out.
That ain't our,
Keith
you know
Evans.
what I'm saying, our guy like that, man. But he be giving real estate Diddy give out a ton of game
Most
on
definitely.
Instagram, man. Go follow that dude. We ain't connected, you know what I'm saying, yet in person, but that dude, man, he definitely give out a whole bunch of dope, you know what I'm saying, game as far as acquisitions.
That's a
and
solid
just
market too.
real estate in general. But I think he down there in Alabama though, ain't
I
he?
wanna
Yeah,
say.
he's down there. This guy named Brian Tripp as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yep, I heard of him
yep,
too.
yep.
He does really well there. But like Birmingham has those little pockets. Again.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily looking for, and that's the thing for me. You got to get in where you fit in. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
Right.
not ready to take down a $200,000 property.
Right.
Give me a $40,000 to $80,000 property that I can sectionate that bad boy. You know what I'm saying? And get $1,200 a month and rent in. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Exactly.
okay with that.
Ronnie, I
That-
got one for you.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, we might be doing a deal
Got one for you.
because
Right
I'm,
here
you
and
know,
now.
I'm,
Ronnie,
I'm
you
trying to
pick
get
one
better.
up. Look, we gonna put Ronnie on the spot right now.
On the spot
Go
right
pick it
now.
up.
Maybe. Let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to get better than the one. What's it? The
1% rule?
I'm
Yeah.
trying to get better than that.
Yeah.
Here the
yeah.
thing. I'll say this too though, Ronnie, just because us, I mean, you know, we took a lot of Section 8 and y'all doing the self-managed, which is dope. And I know you kind of, you know, go get your systems and all that
Yeah.
stuff in order how y'all want to. But with us, the thing that I don't like about it, seeing it a year or 2 years later, is that depending on, like, I felt like they didn't qualify them still right. Like it was like, okay, they on Section 8. Some people pay $1, some people pay half the rent.
Yeah.
Right. But if they're not paying that much, they just don't care about your property. You know, so after we had to evict some people, or some people when they just turned, you know, when they left and decided to move somewhere else, now we got to take all that cash flow and put it right back into the house to rent it out again.
Yeah.
That's where we was like, nah, man, we got to get into them. We got to get up into that B area because we ain't dealing with, you know what I'm saying, that like they probably going to take care of the property. Now, those buyers, though, or those renters, excuse me, they probably going to buy. They're going to buy a house. In that B range, 1,200, 1,500, whatever, they're not gonna rent forever. But
exactly.
they're gonna take care of their actual property though.
Yeah. Well, so with me, it's also a system thing.
Definitely a system thing. I think too. You know, how you qualify.
I actually get in front of all of my Section 8 tenants.
Oh well, shoot.
Yeah.
Case done then, man.
I get in front of all of them.
I don't know how you do
interview 'em,
that.
And then
How
on
the
top,
heck you do that?
then on top of that, I go to their house.
Where they at now?
Yeah, and see how it is.
That's how you supposed to do it.
So
though.
you go back to Muncie and do that?
Yeah.
How often you go to Muncie?
Once a month.
Do you?
Yep.
You just line them all up and then just go and knock it off.
That's
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Because it's my house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
For sure.
like it's important to me. So I
It
want to know
is.
how you live.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it matters to me how you live. I need you to I need to be able to feel like if you're gonna have some level of appreciation for what I got.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I can clearly tell you no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then like the other thing is that there is a big demand in those secondary markets for Section 8. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
when something comes up, you know, I kind of got my pick of the litter, so to speak. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right,
And
sure.
then because also it's a smaller market, I got to end with the, I'm saying with the social workers there, so like they know like, hey,
Right.
this is what's going on. So it again goes back to networking. Like, hey,
That's your
Absolutely.
and that's your background
and
too,
that's
though.
my background. You know what I'm saying?
That
so
makes
like,
sense.
so that's the way I'm more hands.
You're able to qualify more than a typical part. Because, mind y'all, we even had property management companies
Yeah.
just throw whoever inside of our
Yeah.
property. They like, but on the phone, yeah, we got a team of 8 people. We got this, we got that, this and that. And when you really break it down, it's like, yeah, we, you know, on the front end, we asking them, okay, how do you qualify your tenants? Yeah, we got to make sure that they have 2.5 times the rent, you know, or whatever the case may be. But they not doing that though.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? All the
Yep.
time. If that property is sitting, think about it. You as a company, let's say you're a property management company, you make money if the house is actually filled. So
Right.
if it's been a property that's been sitting there for, let's say it's 30 days or even less, they like, okay, cool. You come on.
Yeah.
What you got? Okay, you halfway cool. Hey, get in there because we need the investors on my back to get somebody in the property.
Exactly.
And this is kind of hurting me too because I'm not making money from you being in the property.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Just keep that in mind, y'all, for
And
sure.
a lot of property managers, man, like, to be honest, man, a lot of property managers, when they go out there, like, and this is coming from a property management company owner, right?
Right.
A lot of property managers are not going to be brutally honest with their investors, right? So if it's on the market, it's like, I want that 1,100, and it's like, bruh, we not getting that 1,100. Like, we didn't have it on the market for 30 days now. You know, we probably got to bring that down about 950 or 1,000, and you might be able to get that tenant that you want. You know what I'm saying? But at 1,100, if I'm trying to get that, they just gonna be like, look, man, at this point he's all on me. I'm about to just get anybody that want to pay 1,100. It goes to the first. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it ends up getting. Especially when you're dealing with hundreds of properties. You ain't thinking about just one property. They're dealing with. They got 500 doors. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got to keep them filled. That's how they get paid. They get paid off of management. I mean, they get paid off of maintenance costs that they have to keep going out there. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So, like, a lot of property management companies are not going to keep it real with you when it come to that. You know what I'm saying? But when it's all said and done, when you managing your own stuff, you're gonna take care of it more. You're going to go meet the person. You're going to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. But, man, without further ado, we're going to definitely jump into
Overtime.
All right.
Overtime.
Hey.
Hey, man. Hey, I gotta say this though. Gosh, we need in our theme song. We gotta have that pod as our theme song, bro, before we start our podcast.
What's that 2 of America's Most Wanted?
I know that's my favorite song of all time.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pop.
So during this time, Ronnie, of the podcast, we really just kind of lighten up, man, go over some stuff that's probably going on right now.
Okay.
Just interesting stuff, and we just kind of,
current events.
you know, kick the shit about it, really.
Okay.
Current events and stuff like that. What's you said you gonna get crazy today. What's something going on that you want to talk about?
I want to talk about Tyrone and Amari's shoes.
And he ain't gonna pull his out. Look, he ain't gonna pull his out.
Everybody got on some heat today. Everybody got on some heat.
He got on that heat, man. I got on this heat.
Come on, man.
But listen, I just recently got into the shoe game, to be honest, man. I only got in like 2 years ago. And Ronnie off camera, we was talking about it. He was like a year. My boy, honestly, who got me really starting to get into it is going over my boy John Hart crib. Like, bro, you go over there, his boxes stacked all in the closet. Nah, they stacked up super nice. It looks so nice. Then I start getting
he's selling shoes.
Yeah. but then I go to my crib, bro, like after I got a lot of shoes and stuff, start to get it, I'm like, my shit don't look like that. Like, he just overly organized. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, man, I got some stacked up over here, some over there. But honestly, man, yeah, the shoe game is dope, man. I think it is.
Yeah, man, it's a lot of bread to be made in there too, though. I like the off-whites. My favorite. What's your favorite Jordan? We can talk about that. Mine is the 11. Period. Hands down. There's no better shoe than a Jordan number 11. Period.
I second that.
I third
that. There it is. Hey, put in the comments, man, if you agree with us. Jordan 11s, that's the best retro J
I believe so
ever.
Because it got so many different types of them that's just like a hit every time.
And I mean, it come out
Space
around
Jam.
Christmas. Like, come on, man.
I got my wife, she hopefully she don't see this, but I just got my wife some Jordan Airs 11s, the red velvet joints.
Oh, okay.
Them boys are nasty.
Yeah.
I just bought
Yeah.
them for her. So them on the way to the house.
Yeah. My wife's starting to get into it too. That's what's crazy. She's starting to want shoes.
She wants
Like, she really used to never be in the shoes like that, period. But now she's starting to get the little dunks and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She having to rock the little dunks.
She's starting to go in, you know what I'm saying? So
that's that Cali swag.
Yeah.
That's that Cali swag.
It's actually pretty dope, man. But yeah, what else is going on today, man? What's going on in this world today?
What else? Like a current something else that you didn't.
I want to talk about the Knicks.
I was gonna actually bring that up.
I want to be very clear about y'all gonna stop with all this trash talking about the Knicks. I'm a Knicks fan.
Okay, Stephen A.
Get on my nerves.
Okay, Spike Lee.
Yo, the Knicks are lit. So I don't know when this comes out, but I'm telling you, we give it all the smoke to whoever want it.
That's what we can talk about.
Yeah.
We can talk about the NBA in total, because, like, it's about to get interesting this playoff season. Like, I just don't see nobody just like, I'm like, they're winning it for sure. Even Phoenix, bro, with KD and them, I'm like, nah, they got to go through a lot to get there, bro.
Yeah, they
do. You know what I'm saying?
Who would y'all choose right now if y'all had to choose? Me, I'm probably gonna choose Boston.
Me too.
And I just want to let it be known that we have beat Boston
Last
all
night.
3 times we have played them this year.
You know that.
Playoff Tatum is different, bro.
You know that playoff.
And he had 40 and 11 on y'all last night. Don't get it twisted.
He did.
But y'all won.
Randall been stepping up to the.
He
been had some
has,
big
bro.
shots,
But the
so-
last 2 years in them playoffs,
He been trash. But here's the deal. Josh Hart, that's the difference. And that's what every team needs. Every team needs a Josh Hart. You need somebody that can kind of just do a little bit of everything.
like a Trevor Ariza when Kobe
Yeah,
had
different,
him. Yeah.
different space.
You got
Ryan
And-
Harper with Jordan.
correct.
and-
Like Scottie Pippen. You know
Scottie
what I'm saying? You gotta have
Pippen,
somebody that
yeah.
they just glue. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like they just kind of get it and they help with the cohesiveness of the team. You know
Most
what I'm saying? And you
definitely.
need that in your business too. But you definitely gotta have it on the court. You know what I'm saying?
Most
Like somebody
definitely.
that can just kind of do it all.
Yeah.
Do it all.
You
And
know
that's
what
why I
I'm
like
saying? X Factor.
I got
love it.
Boston right now too. I'm sorry though, but look, another thing that's going on right now, and I'm glad that we talking about the NBA. What y'all feel about this whole Ja Morant shit, man?
Yeah, there we go. Hey,
Dude, clowning, man.
hey, Ja.
Chill out,
You-
boy.
Yeah, man. Come on, bro. You $100 million, $200 million.
Just
About to be
relax.
200 in.
23 years old, bro. And I
That
get it. I get it because I know a lot of memes and stuff is coming out. You know what I'm saying? But I know people that is like, nah, like they really from the hood, but they might have
Yeah.
actually moved to the suburbs when they was 13, 14.
Me.
Me too. Me too.
You know what I'm saying?
or or let's even say younger, right? It was 9. But if your whole demographic, if your cousins, when you go and spend the night over their family house, they still live in the hood, your whole environment and just your whole culture and how you move and how you rock is still in the hood. That don't mean because you know what I'm saying, your daddy got a settlement check and y'all
Right.
moved out of the hood that leave you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I see a lot of you know what I'm saying, talk about that, but you know what I'm saying? You could tell just how he moved. I don't know if he's trying to be too hard, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like you're a $200 million man. If you waving guns
Gotta
and playing,
relax.
you gotta chill, bro. Like,
even
you
if
doing too
you
much,
wasn't, if he was just me, like you would be like, T, relax, bro. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you in real
estate.
estate, bro. You doing your thing. You out of, we ain't in that. Calm down, bro. Why you on Instagram with the pistol out? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just
waving
him.
and acting like you really about to.
That's what I'm
You know what I'm
saying,
saying?
bro. Like, if you have any sense, and then I just think, man, you got to think about it. Like, the culture is super duper heavy right now. Like, especially like the hip hop culture, period. You know what I'm saying? So like, you got rich Jewish white folks, rich even black folks, bro. That's like that hood shit hook them. Like they like,
Right.
now I'm this. Like they really feel like they that. And I'm not saying that that's what Ja Morant doing, but I'm saying if it can do that to them from somebody that's actually from the hood, like they say it all the time.
Exactly.
You can move somebody out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of them. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't look at it like that, bro. But I do look at it like, bro, relax. He young. He gonna make his mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But like, take it as that. Like, bro, I'm kind of tripping. Like a lot of people telling me I'm tripping. Let me chill out a little bit. I feel like that's how he should be taking it. I don't think they gonna go overboard with it. I don't, because he had the pistol. It was in Colorado. It's an open carry state. All of that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that. But had he been in like New York or had he been in like L.A., I mean, it would have got ugly for him. I feel like it would have. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the law,
And
he
I
would
feel
have
like
to
he
really
got a
fight
lot of
it.
people in his corner to,
Most
you know what I'm
definitely.
saying, you know, drill that into him. You know what I'm saying? I see his pops, mind you, I don't know their family or nothing like that, but it looks similar to people from where I come from. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? How his daddy, how he's moved. He don't look like no corny ass dude. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I ain't saying he just know, you know, but I don't know. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I just can tell that, you know what I'm saying? If that's ingrained in you, it's ingrained in you, but you still got to know how to move though. You know
Most
what I'm saying?
definitely.
Cut that shit off. Be cool, be smooth. You ain't got you not hungry. You ain't starving no more. You buying steaks for your whole family.
Whole family.
Right.
Whole family
Whole
eating good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Off of the
But
shit
see,
you
that's
do.
what I don't think it had anything to do with the money, bro. It has all to do with the culture and the
I think it's mental. I think that
Exactly.
I think exactly what
I
he
think
said.
it's like, yo, I am the man.
But I feel like
I'm arrogant now.
I think
I can
everybody
do what
always
I want to do.
But people always saying like, bro, you got money now. Like, chill out.
That's
It's not
stressful.
about the money.
That's stressful.
Yeah, exactly.
That is stressful. And I think
It's not about the bread.
I think
He
the ego
23
is
years
getting
old.
bigger, really. That's what I
his
think.
ego's getting bigger, but also too the microscope on him is huge.
Yeah.
He is 23 years old. He is now accustomed to. He has to deal with people on Twitter. You got to deal with Skip Bayless. He got to deal with Shannon. He got to deal with everyone else on ESPN. You know what I'm saying? And it is very easy to all of a sudden just turn into the villain.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the villain that they're projecting on him. We know
Yep.
what his upbringing is. We can see that
for
stuff. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's easy to want to play into that villain story. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And like, you know what? Okay, I'm a
I am that.
I'm
that
be
guy.
that
Yeah, I'm
then.
on that.
Yeah.
If I gotta be that,
Yeah.
I'm from Memphis. You know,
I'ma show
I'm
ya.
in Memphis now. So then let's you know what I'm saying. Even though
Embrace
it wasn't
that.
yeah, let's embrace it. You know what I'm saying. Let's be that.
For sure.
Even though it ain't who he kind
Might
of
be
reared up to
really
be.
is, yeah.
It's just kind of what's going on. And so what it's gonna take right now? It's gonna take some counseling. It's gonna take an image consultant, and it's gonna take some therapy to kind of hey, bro, let's get some perspective about what's
some of
really
his big
happening.
homies. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Big homies.
I'm about to
pulling
say big
Jai
homie for
to
sure.
the side, like, hey, look, this how this shit really is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or this how whatever you messing up all. And I think if it come from somebody who he respect,
Right.
his streets, his pops, whoever he got in his life or around, they coming and sitting down and really having that. It's up to them to still be like, he still need that guidance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He young, just really, over the last couple of years, like he came into the league, so I'm sure that changed his whole family. But now you going to All-Star, you making your run deep into the playoffs.
People
like
comparing you to
you're
AI.
you're a
you-
superstar.
Yeah, it's a
You ain't just
superstar
in the
status.
league like nice. You're a superstar.
Billions of dollars invested into him. Between
Exactly.
his shoes, he had Powerade stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? The commercial stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like he's one of the driving attractions to the NBA.
Of the NBA.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts right
You know
now.
what I'm saying?
Most
So
definitely.
like they want to make sure he's well. I hope that he gets well. You know what I'm saying? And that he just kind of just tone it down. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
a
And just
little
get the
bit.
right perspective. That's really
Most
what it's
definitely.
about.
That's really it.
You need
Yeah.
the right perspective.
Because
The
you
right
setting
perspective, I
yourself
don't need
up.
this.
Because you setting yourself up to when, okay, if you really did have to protect yourself, people are thinking about it in a different way now. Like, oh,
Right.
nah, now here he go again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of it being like, if you never, like if you heard that LeBron shot somebody tomorrow, you just be like, somebody had to do something
Right.
for LeBron to shoot
Yeah.
somebody.
Your
Right.
name should not. There's certain things that should not be named among
You get what I'm saying?
fighting a 17-year-old kid. Brandon should be like, hey,
That's what
bro,
I'm saying.
Don't get me wrong. You can be crazy.
So even when
Don't
you
do that.
write,
Yeah.
the bullshit that surrounds it is gonna
Right.
make it. It's
Wrong.
gonna be
It's gonna make it
negative for
whatever
you.
that
negative.
narrative is
Whatever it
about
is.
you.
Exactly,
whatever it is
bro.
about
So
you. Yeah.
John Morant, man, if you listening to this, man, just calm down just a little bit.
Man,
you
tap
gonna be all right,
in,
my
bro.
dog.
Get that bag, man. Go fuck with Hove. Go rap
Man,
with
for
Hove,
real.
man. Bron done did it. Everybody done did it. You know what I'm saying? That's on a shit that I can see from outside looking in. Go rap with Hove. Hove, go get that young man, man.
Hey,
and
Ja-
rap to
before
him,
we
man.
go out of this subject, though, Jalen Rose said something super dope to you.
He did.
I
And
seen
I
that.
remember at the end, he said, bro, once you make it out, bro, your job is to uplift. That's it.
That's it.
Like, you ain't got to go down there trying to be some, you know what I'm saying, that you maybe was before or are now. You feel me? Your job now is to really just uplift, man. Put people right there with you.
Yeah.
But,
That's a
man,
fact.
Ronnie Reese, we appreciate you, my G. We appreciate
Hey,
you for
thank
coming
y'all,
on
man.
the podcast,
My God.
your presence. Even speaking here, we probably about to do some deals. So, man, we appreciate everything you gave our listeners, man. For y'all, we do want to, make sure that y'all check out Simple Wholesaling. If y'all looking to sell a property in Indianapolis, they're just the same type of company as us. Wholesaling company. They buy houses. They sell houses. So most definitely check them out. Shout out to Brett Snodgrass, Brian Snyder over there, Randy Palencia,
The whole team.
the whole team
Whole
over
squad.
there. You know what I'm saying? Like we really mess with them, and make sure y'all check out our YouTube channel. Make sure y'all put some comments in the comments below. Let us know how we doing. Let us know what Ronnie did well, what he did bad. He wanted to know the stuff that he did bad.
I do.
But no,
And,
most definitely check us out.
Yeah, check us out, man. And also, man, subscribe to our mentorship, man. We got people that's getting deals in a first week, you know what I'm saying, in our mentorships. Our mentorships, we go live every single Friday, talk about talks like we had like here, but actual breakdown different things. How do you have a system? What is a CRM? What type of sales script should you be? We went through a couple different little role plays, but how do you really actually talk to sellers and better your communications? How do you find buyers? How do you go into a different market? How do you get $10 million in real estate? You know what I'm saying? So we go
Absolutely.
through these different things. We go live every single Friday. We have property walkthroughs at our properties or, a colleague, somebody of ours that we trust that we go through and we talk about how to flip, a property, different Airbnbs, different strategies. And then we also link up once a month really to get people together, whether we eating or going to a different showing or something like that. Like this past week, we went to our 10-unit project and then we went over to Candace Candace Child.
okay.
She had a $600,000 new showing downtown right over Scotty's Brew House. Dope, super dope. Bachelor pad. I was like, damn.
I was like, it was like that commercial.
I was like, I kind of want to buy this.
That mug was nice, man.
I'll start next year.
That mug was nice,
Candace,
and it was a good networking.
You make me
event.
a deal. Good
Yeah.
networking event,
Yeah.
man. So you're gonna get to meet a lot of people even through us just from joining our mentorship program, and it's a small monthly fee. It's really nothing. It's you know,
Netflix.
It's Netflix. It's 1,000 times better than Netflix. So make sure that you check that out. That link will be below as well. And Ronnie, man, we appreciate you, dog.
Appreciate y'all,
definitely.
fam.
Yeah, shoot, we out.
Just like that.
Let's get it.